Wow, that's insane. Hey, it's LJ and welcome to another edition of LJ Reacts. For those of you who've only just discovered this little YouTube channel, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to go back and kind of pick up on some like the pop culture events that seemingly pass me by the past few decades where I've tried to, grow up and become an actual adult. How's that working? Well, I'm doing reaction videos on YouTube, so fantastic. Yeah. So like I said, this is a series of reaction videos. I'm just going through a lot of music stuff. Sometimes other stuff gets sort of thrown in there. So yeah, have a look. If you like it, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. If you like it and you share it, someone else may like it, and that'll bring more people to the channel, which will grow my reach, which will inspire me to do more of these. At the minute I'm doing 2 a week. If another 100 people were sort of subscribe in the next few weeks, I could easily do 3 or 4 a week. And who gains out of that? You, because you like this. It's all good. And of course, not just like the video, you can also like the socials. I do have a link tree which has all my projects on, but as of the time you've seen this, I'm probably not doing any live dates. However, I do have a wrestling related podcast coming up, so if that is of interest to you, that will be on there, if not now, but in the upcoming weeks. And of course, if you're feeling generous, it's the season of giving, the season of goodwill, you can always chuck some change in the tip jar. It helps me keep the glass full of water. You can see right now, not as full as it could be. But still, with all the admin out the way, let's get on to what we are talking about today. I'm currently recording this Monday evening. My last video went up just before I went to work this morning, so I think I published it about 10 o'clock this morning, and already it is one of my most popular videos. It's, getting close to the view counts I had for Nightwish and Oliver Anthony, and it is going up as I'm watching. It's insane. Apparently, I've stumbled on something people like, so apparently you like me listening to your requests and then acting upon them. And you know what? That's what the next couple of weeks is going to be. I have promised that, and it's already proved fruitful for my subscriber rate, so why stop now? So yeah, if you haven't checked out the last video, it was a beautiful little ditty by Bandmade. I'll chuck it up there for you. So why not stick with that genre? This is another sort of band that I believe might well be in that genre, that has actually been on my request list for a while, and it's one of those ones I was sort of seeing. I was like, it's because I actually had heard of this band before, but one of those things if I've not gotten around to it, which is why I do these videos, just so I can be like, okay, well, that's something I wanted to try for a while. Now I can try it in front of the world. So yeah, there's another all-female Japanese sort of metal band. It is LoveBites, and I've got a live. It's a live video from their Ride the Vengeance tour from 2021. This is the Tokyo date, and this is Set the World on Fire. Again, don't know a lot about this. Read the first paragraph on Wikipedia. They've been around since 2016. At least 4 albums, a couple of EPs, and a few live albums. And I've had 3 or 4 people sort of send me suggestions of songs to do, and this was one of the songs. So yeah, I've got nothing more than that right now. Yeah. So let's give it a go. Let's see if this can live up to well. Let's see if it's on par with like the Bandmade video I did just the other day, shall we? Okay, so here we are from the Ride for Vengeance tour. This is Set the World on Fire. It reminds me of a lyric from something, but I can't think what. 世界に火をつけろ。Set the world on fire! That's kind of got me thinking like old military games, like sort of old Command and Conquer style. You know, you've got the on the drums there, and just the sort of riff they're using. That is very much, yeah. There is something quite sort of, not militant, but the sort of. I've not really played any of the more modern like Call of Duty stuff, but yeah, that does kind of make me think of those sort of games. Although, if you're a Japanese band, you call your song "Set the World on Fire" is militant, military, really, really where you want to go. It's given the history of how Japan's... No, this is not... I said in previous videos to try and avoid politics. Yeah. I'm just going to say this now. I do love the contrast they have going on stage. They're all dressed in white. The young lady here at the front looks like could almost be a Japanese princess. Yeah, all the instruments are black, sort of traditional, sort of standard, like metal-looking instruments. The guitar on the left side of the screen I don't think it is, but it looks kind of like a Gibson sort of E5, like Tony Iommi plays. The one on the right is a bit more, not quite hair metally, but going in that direction. It's great. It's a great sort of contrast right here. Yeah, I'm liking this so far. And I've not even sort of got a minute into the song. Okay, that's interesting. They're sort of doing stuff in Japanese and in English. That is. I mean, it's going to make it harder to get into this song where they don't have subtitles. But I am enjoying what I'm seeing so far, so I'm prepared to give it a shot. That's something I know that's kind of weird. I'm just looking at the crowd shots, and I'm sure my American viewers would feel the same. But in the UK, when we have sort of some really top-notch metal bands, there's always movement in the crowd. You've got the mosh pits or what have you, and there just doesn't seem to be anything there. I'm surprised, especially with a song that's got this sort of ferocity to it. There's no sort of movement. Then again, going to the wrestling business, which I came from once upon a time, Japanese crowds always were traditionally more respectful and would just kind of applaud politely as opposed to getting involved in the action. So I don't know if that's the same for music. Then again, saying that, when I saw Alter Bridge last year, I was surprised at just how still the crowd was, especially with Lizzie Hale and Hailstorm trying to whip up the crowd during the support set. So in my last video I said about shredding guitar solos. That is a perfect example right there. Again, it's not something that appeals to me, but that might just be jealousy of the fact I can't do it. I'm trying to think who does solos like that. There is, I don't know, maybe maybe my mind's playing tricks on me. I'm thinking Dragon Force, and in a minute she'll just go and do a big woo. I don't know. Finally, some movement in the crowd. They're all throwing the horns up. Yeah, it's a step towards a metal show that I'd recognise being at. Pan rock. Well, if the last video is anything to go by, if this video is anything successful, I will happily agree with that statement. I did love a little like golf clap almost at the end there. That's yeah, that's it's slightly different from the big woo you get at the end of like more Western sort of metal shows. Right, let's go to some final thoughts, shall we? One thing that struck me watching back the Bandmade video was very much that I somehow didn't really pick up on watching it the first time around, which is weird because I picked it up on a couple of other live tracks I've done for this, is the lack of crowd noise. I mean, I sort of picked up on it at the end that, you know, you had to like the live golf clap. It's weird watching just like an Eastern metal audience, because metal is such an art form where the audience is always up and about at every gig I've ever been to, but yeah, to see one that's so subdued, it is something that I think registered with me, but I didn't clock it straight away when I was watching the Bandmade video. But hearing the crowd at the end of that one, it did. Yeah, just not hearing the mass noise while the band was playing. It really, it's just kind of odd from, like I said, all the experiences I've had. Because there are times where, you know, in the right situation where that crowd can be an extra band member. But as I stated previously, that's how the Japanese are. They're like I said, their wrestling shows are famous for just having the crowds just sort of politely just sort of watch and clap, which is, I think, one of the things that I found kind of off-putting about Japanese wrestling. I mean, the song itself, it's brought me back to it. It's got me thinking of so many times I've just been in metal clubs and just heard something heavy's going on. It's just been and that is just when I was like a teenager and just thinking, oh, this could be the most amazing thing I've ever heard. I really, really did like that. Like I said, I loved the juxtaposition they had with the girls all in white and then the instruments mostly in black, with like you know, that being kind of them being kind of a picture of anti-metal dressage paired with like the black traditional metal instruments with like the fire, which is often something that like a lot of the big metal bands will have. Obviously Kiss is a famous one for doing like pyrotechnics. AC/DC, some of their bigger tours, they've had fire as well as all the other tricks. I know they're not technically they're blues rock, but a lot of people see them as metal, and Iron Maiden always have loads of theatrics on stage. So yeah, it's nice juxtaposition. I think it was just adjusting for the accent, but it took me a minute to sort of clock on to when they were singing in English. But yeah, I did get quite into. I was quite into that. You know, if I'm honest, I wasn't really picking up on like the story as I'm going to say badly, having read some of the comments from the Band-Aid song, Band-Maid song, sorry. But still, I didn't pick up on where they were really going with it, like I did with the Band-Maid songs. I don't know if there is actually a story to the song, or if it's just some buzzwords thrown together in a really articulate manner. But yeah, I can certainly see why you guys have been suggesting this to me for the last year, because they really have a sound that would draw me in. If there are other songs like this, or that kind of deep, or that kind of tangential, like that kind of adjacent to this sort of sound, then yeah, I'm definitely prepared to give this group a little more time and attention. If I was to give it a score overall, I mean, it's a song I enjoyed a lot. It's not one that sort of blew me away. I mean, I feel harsh giving it a 7 just because of the 7s I've given out this year, but I'm going to be honest, at this point all my rankings are going to be reassessed in about 3 weeks time when I do my ranking video, so no harm, no foul. So if I stick this at a 7 for now, and if you want to see me do more of these young ladies, let me know. If there is another, well, it doesn't even have to be metal music. If there is just something that you want to hear me just analyse with I think the term babbling has been used to sum me up by some of the commenters in previous videos. If you want my babbling sort of music reviews, feel free to let me know what you want me to review. Yeah. Other than that, of course, you've got the standard sort of like the video, you subscribe to the channel, don't forget to ring the bell, and of course you can share it, because if you like it and you share it and someone else sees it and they like it and they share it, that grows the community, gives you more reasons to do this, and thus it means I make more content and you like it, so you end up winning. All you have to do is click the share button. Of course, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. And hey, like it, because apparently that does something. Like watching all the way to the end, but one step at a time. Don't forget, got all the social medias. I'll throw the link tree up there just purely because it's the things I am sort of updating that more and more lately, as well as you can chuck some money in the tip jar. I'm not asking for a lot. £3 or so. Not even that, really. I mean, £3 will buy me most of a sandwich, which will quell my hunger while I do these videos. And if you want my pinpoint to sharp mind on this, why not just give me a sandwich just to make sure I'm focused at my best? Oh, man, that was long and painful for one of my transitions. Well, that's all I got for now, so until next time, I've been LJ. It's been emotional.
Myself is the sucker.
You done making noise, Doug? And I forgot to turn the sound off on my phone. I forgot to turn the sound off on my phone. It's not even anything interesting. Over there so it can pick me up more centrally. Not that I'm recording this in stereo because I don't know if you, because it's not a stereo mic. One thing I'm suddenly getting an immense sense of paranoia that I've not hit record.